Good morning, degenerates, and welcome to another episode of Boring Crypto IO, the place where I read you the boring crypto news every morning, Monday through Friday, just so you don't have to. My name is Not Important, and I'm your host. Let's get into it. Local exchanges opening up to Hong Kong's retail crypto users. Got a lot of cover today, guys. I'm going to try to go as fast as possible and try and get all the words out without stumbling over them. SEC's first deadline to approve 7 Bitcoin ETFs coming over the next week. I'm pretty sure BlackRock's is coming this Friday. There we go. I'm done. I'm just going to quit. We shall see. I think it's going to get extended. But, you know, if it gets passed, wahoo. Elon Musk's X moves closer to crypto payments with new state license. That's big. These last two stories are what we're assuming the pump came from. With Bitcoin and the entire market yesterday. And last but not least, Grayscale wins the court battle. But what does this mean for a spot Bitcoin ETF? This is like a 50% win, and we're going to try and hopefully this article covers it. If not, I'm going to explain it. With that being said, guys, let's go and rock and roll. Please, by all means, if you are new here, subscribe to the channel, turn on bell for notifications. Like the videos after you watch them. Share them on your social platforms. I really appreciate it. It helps the channel grow. Yeah, let's do it. On top of that, guys, I haven't touched on this very often, and I don't know why, but we're going to start bringing it up here in the beginning of the show. My X account, the X account for Boring Crypto IO. Guys, go ahead and add me for more up-to-date content. The reason why I'm going to start pushing this is this. Yesterday, while the Grayscale news was breaking and the Elon news was breaking, I don't really feel it necessary to go and make a video. I do one video a day. It keeps it simple, keeps it easy for you guys. But if something that is that significant is breaking, this is where you're gonna find it, and this is where I'm gonna be posting those kinds of things. Just to give you, not even covering it, just to show you the articles where it's coming out, to keep you guys updated on very important and catalytic news that is breaking, right? Not stuff I'd prefer you guys not have to wait till the next day to hear about. Stuff that is very relevant to your crypto holdings that could pump or dump your crypto holdings. Boring Crypto IO on X is where I'm going to post that stuff. So for up-to-date things, guys, by all means, go ahead and follow me on X. And it's simple. It's just at Boring Crypto IO. Surprise, surprise. All right, with that being said, to the market. And current market cap, guys, sitting right now at 1.09 trillion. Current Bitcoin dominance 48.9%, ETH's 18.9%, and gas has finally came off that ledge. 19 Gwei will get you an ETH transaction, still a little higher than we like it. And Fear and Greed Index has ticked up just a tad. We are now from 35 to 42. Getting closer to that dead center neutral again. I mean, it doesn't need to be said. Just look at this. Based on what we're assuming was the Grayscale news and the Elon X getting a wallet license in a state that news that we're going to cover today, we are assuming this is what pumped the market. With that being said, it is a green day, at least right now. Gonna bounce over the 24-hour greens. We are at 5.56 for Bitcoin, 4.63 for ETH, 3.52 for BNB. XRP went up a little 3%. Cardano went up to 3%. Looks like they've corrected just a tad. Let's see if we can find some big runners. Toncoin 15.88. Looking for something over at least 7. Bitcoin Cash. Why? What is going on? 13.34 for Bitcoin Cash. Congratulations if you're in that. 7.24 for Lido DAO. 5.7 for Aptos. Woo! Stacks. Almost 20% on the day. 19.68. 6.96 for Immutable X. 7.12 for Bitcoin Satoshi's Vision. Man, these old school garbage forks. Phantom 7%. 7.46 for Thorchain. 7.34 for XEC. Running down, guys. Running down. 8.95 for CFX. Running down the list. And that is it for the top gainers, guys, in the top 100. There you have it. Bone all the way down to the 100 spot too. Let's see what the number one gainer stacks. There you go. All right, guys. Let's go ahead and talk about Bitcoin. So we're gonna keep this very simple. Again, we had a very beautiful pump, but not a lot has changed. I'm not bearish. I'm not bullish. I'm just letting the charts tell me what I need to see, or tell me what they're showing me. Whatever. With that being said, guys, per usual, disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor, nor is this financial advice. I'm not even a good trader. Half the time I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm just drawing lines on a board, on my computer, in a room, making YouTube videos for myself, talking to myself. So don't listen to me. I have no idea what I'm talking about. All right, so news, catalyst, boom. Like I told you, we ran all the, if we break, there's the potential we can break through all this stuff, but look for these retests to happen. And this is exactly what I'm looking at. This is what I'm seeing. We broke through that 26.3. We broke through that 27.3. We hit the bottom of the old ascending channel that we broke to the downside from, descending wedge, excuse me, whatever you want to call it. Now we hit that and we got rejected right here. Is this bearish? Is this bullish? I don't think it's either. With that being said, we retraced and we bounced off the top of the 27.3, which is bullish in my opinion. A nice little retest, a hold here, see if volume comes back in and see if we can continue to break to the upside. That's what I'm looking at. Again, you're going to need to break, if not the here, I'll change the color of this too, just to help out right now. We're doing this. We're going to change that to green. All right, the two things you're going to need to break above, in my opinion. Let's get rid of the circle, make it easier for you guys to see. You either A, got to flip this 27.981, we'll just call it 27.8, into support, the same way we're turning this 27.3 into support, what you're seeing right here. Or it's this downward sloping trend line from the descending wedge. It bounced off of one of these. Again, of course they're conjoining right where we're at. So which one was the resistance? I don't know. But that's what we're looking for. The next crucial level to break is going to be this 28.4. The reason why I'm saying that is because that was a huge holding point to no man's land. If we can't flip this, there's a potential we could just roll back over and do one of these again. That is what I'm looking at. That's what I'm seeing. If you longed or did some things down here and you're swing trading, you're not just building bags, I strongly recommend take a little bit of profit off the table. Nobody ever went broke taking profit, guys. Keep that in mind. Outside of that, that's it, guys. That's all I'm looking at. There's not, this is exciting. It's great. It's bullish, but we aren't out of the woods yet, okay? Do not forget, the big mother effort to break is going to be 30 grand. 30 grand is the monster that we need to get above and stay above before any of this is bullish as shit, if that makes sense. That is a nightmare level that we need to just flip that bitch into support, and then at that point, then I'll start getting a real bullish. But right now, take a break, let things cool off, wait to see what's going to happen. See if this is going to hold this 27.3 level. If it holds, we continue moving up, good to go. All right, that's it. That's Bitcoin, guys. See if there's anything exciting in the TradingView news. No, and no. Okay, anything exciting coming up? Personal spending month over month, personal income month over month. Of course, the PCE price index. Well, we'll see what it is. Yeah, I don't know if any of these things are going to affect the price too much. All right, to the news. Local exchanges opening up to Hong Kong's retail crypto users. Hashkey and OSL are officially serving retail cryptocurrency users in Hong Kong after receiving licensing uplifts from local regulators. Hong Kong retail cryptocurrency traders are slowly gaining access to locally based cryptocurrency exchanges as Hashkey Exchange launches retail trading services to users in China's Special Administrative Region on August 28th. The company was previously permitted to serve professional and institutional investors before being granted Type 1 and Type 7 licenses by the Hong Kong Securities and Futures Commission, the SFC, on August 3rd. This paved the way to becoming a licensed retail exchange in Hong Kong. Digital asset platform OSL also announced its a license uplift from the SFC on August 3rd, which also enabled the brokerage, exchange, and custody provider to offer its services to retail customers in Hong Kong. OSL Executive Director Dave Chapman told Cointelegraph that its Hong Kong offering has been available for retail investors since the firm received the retail license uplift. Cointelegraph further reported Hashkey initially offers Bitcoin and ETH trading pairs with Hong Kong dollar, and it plans to list further tokens following its launch for retail users. Hashkey also announced support for both United States dollar and Hong Kong dollar deposits and withdrawals. Spokesperson from the company told Cointelegraph that Hashkey holds an optimistic outlook for the development of Web3 in the region, which has been driven by support from the government and the SFC. The exchange aims to onboard 500,000 to 1 million users by the end of 2023, both locally and abroad. Hashkey's representatives added that the exchange anticipates the advent of a new cryptocurrency bull market between 2024 and 2025, so do I, which retail investors now allowed to obtain and trade cryptocurrencies. The company predicts Hong Kong's crypto user base will increase 10 to 15 million over the next 2 years. A statement from Hashkey's chief operating officer, Livio Wang, highlighted the importance of favorable regulatory oversight from the Hong Kong government and the SFC as a key driver of growth for the Web3 ecosystem. The emergence of regulatory compliance in Hong Kong will attract Web3 talent and capital from around the world, thereby accelerating technological and business innovation. Wang added that the environment emerging in Hong Kong could spark a virtuous cycle of development with the industry with favorable regulatory parameters, positioning the region as a potential alternative for Web3 firms to relocate to. This is trouble for the US. Not that I would ever suggest anyone go work in China with the CCP over there, but US gotta get its shit together, man. Hashkey's exchange operates on the Hex engine, which it touts as a high-performance trading system capable of processing 5,000 transactions per second. The exchange has also adopted a number of regulatory requirements in line with Hong Kong's guidelines, including detailed user screening, anti-money laundering inspections, and transaction monitoring across its operations. Hashkey is also licensed to hold custody of institutional and retail client funds, and its policy stipulates that 98% of cryptocurrencies under management are stored in cold wallets. Hong Kong's adoption of a favorable but regulated cryptocurrency ecosystem is also attracting the attention of global players like Binance. You absolutely know it. Which also took part in public decisions and policy-making processes, as previously reported by Cointelegraph. The US needs to get its shit together, guys, again, or we're going to get left in the dust. We're going to get left holding the bag. Wah, 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 wah. All right, moving on. The SEC's first deadline to approve 7 Bitcoin ETFs coming over the next week. Like I said, I'm pretty sure the decision for BlackRock's ETF is this Friday, if I remember correctly. I'm sure it's going to get extended, pushed back, whatever they call it. Rumors are that it might get approved in October. We shall see. Analysts say the best case scenario for crypto is that the Securities Exchange Commission approves the batch of spot Bitcoin ETFs, but the agency may exercise its right to an appeal. I'm sure it will, knowing Gensler. Waste of space. The United States Securities Exchange Commission is facing its first deadlines to decide on 7 spot Bitcoin exchange-traded fund applications, with the latest being September 4th amid its defeat to Grayscale investment in a U.S. federal appeals court. We're going to talk about that here shortly. Investment firm Bitwise will learn if its ETF will win the SEC's approval on September 1st, while BlackRock, VanEck, Fidelity, Invesco, and WisdomTree will all be awaiting the SEC's decision of their funds by September 2nd. Holy shit. They're all like lining up at the exact same time. That's overwhelming. According to several SEC filings. Meanwhile, Valkyrie is set to hear back from the SEC on September 4th. So the 1st, 2nd, and 4th. Yeah. There you go. The U.S. Court of Appeals ruled on August 29th that the SEC rejection of Grayscale's application to convert its Grayscale Bitcoin Trust into a spot Bitcoin ETF was arbitrary and capricious. Capricious? Capricious? I'm too dumb to know what that means. But this doesn't mean that the SEC must approve Grayscale's application, and this is what we were going to get into, or others in the future, says Bloomberg ETF analysis James Seyfarth. Oh, man. We're just calling him James F. The poor guy. In August 29th Bloomberg interview, Mr. S explained that Grayscale's win definitely increases the odds of a successful outcome for the next wave of applicants. He isn't sure when the day may come, though, as the SEC can delay its decisions and has 2 more proposed deadlines for each fund before being forced to make a final decision, which is absolutely insane. That these guys can just, we're going to push this back basically a year and then make a decision. It's just a dumb game. Let me start that. He isn't sure when the day may come, though. The SEC has delayed decisions, has 2 more proposed deadlines for each fund before being forced to make a final decision on the 240th day post-filing. This is what I'm talking about. Basically a year. He pushed these things back damn near a year. For the awaiting applicants, the final deadlines for the, I keep doing that, for the SEC are all in mid-March next year. 99.99999% of the world doesn't know that the SEC has to decide on 7 Bitcoin ETFs within the next 3 days. That's kind of the tricky part. It doesn't really need to decide them in the next 3 days, and it could push these all back 240 days if it needs to. What are the SEC's opposition's post-Grayscale decision? After the August 29th ruling in favor of Grayscale, the regulator has 90 days to file an appeal with the U.S. Supreme Court or apply for an en banc review, where a full circuit court can overturn a ruling made by a three-judge panel. However, the SEC hasn't made clear what its next move will be. If the SEC doesn't appeal, the court will need to specify how its ruling is executed, which could include instructing the SEC to approve Grayscale's application or, at the very least, revisit it. Either way, Mr. S only saw 2 viable options for regulator. The first for it to concede, defeat, and approve Grayscale's conversion of its GBTC to a Bitcoin spot ETF. Alternatively, the SEC would need to revoke the listing of Bitcoin futures ETFs entirely or deny Grayscale's application based on a new argument, said Mr. S. However, fellow Bloomberg ETF analyst Eric Balkunas considered the odds of the SEC revoking the Bitcoin futures ETF as highly unlikely because the SEC reported openness to Ethereum's future ETFs. We shall see. All right, moving on. I'm trying to get these videos out faster for you guys. I know I take way too long and nobody likes to look at a 30-minute video. Elon Musk's X moves closer to crypto payments with the new state license. Regulators from Rhode Island have approved X's application for a currency transmitter license. The dude is setting up to do payments on X. Big question. What will he use? Will it be Doge? That's what everybody's leaning to. Rhode Island's regulators have granted X a currency transmitter license, marking a step forward for the company's foray into the financial services sector. The license is legally required for companies conducting financial activities on behalf of users related to sending and receiving money. A definition that includes both fiat and crypto assets. The approval will allow for X to custody, transfer, and exchange digital currencies. X's Rhode Island currency transmitter license was approved on August 28, according to a the Nationwide Multi-State Licensing System, the NMLS. While sources have suggested that X's upcoming payments feature will initially only offer support for fiat currencies, Musk has reportedly instructed developers at X to build the platform's payment system in such a way that crypto functionality can be added in the future. The approval comes nearly 2 months after X secured money transmitter licenses in Michigan, Missouri, and New Hampshire, which were all approved on July 5th. X's latest license marks a total of 7 American states in secured transmitter licenses in. It remains unclear exactly what financial offerings will be made available if and when X rolls out payments features. People familiar with the company's plans have indicated X will initially offer fiat currency transactions services similar to PayPal, which Musk co-founded, with room for future crypto integration. So the rumor and the idea is that basically he's starting PayPal all over again on X. And then eventually he's going to move that over to being able to move crypto around, basically. We'll see what happens, man. He keeps moving. Keeps pushing forward. Let's see what happens. And last but not least, guys, hopefully this gives us some insight to how this Grayscale thing went down. Grayscale wins the court battle, but what does this mean for a spot Bitcoin ETF? The SEC may have a limited window to appeal the court decision, while Grayscale could move forward with an amended application for its spot Bitcoin exchange-traded fund. A federal judge has overturned the United States Securities and Exchange Commission decision to deny an exchange-traded fund offering from Grayscale Investments through its Bitcoin trust, but many experts have pointed out that the court ruling will not automatically lead to the first spot Bitcoin ETF in the country. In an August 29th decision, the U.S. Court of Appeals for the District of Columbia Circuit Judge Naomi Rao supported Grayscale's position that its proposed Bitcoin ETF was materially similar to Bitcoin futures exchange-traded products already approved by the Securities and Exchange Commission for trading. The court largely ruled that the SEC's justification of denying Grayscale's Bitcoin ETF on the grounds it was not designed to prevent fraudulent and manipulative acts and practices was insufficient, and the matter will return to the commission for review. There you go. That's the point. This doesn't mean that it's a 100% win. It means it's now going back into review, their application. But it is still an L for the SEC, because the judge is like, yeah, you approve this, but this is pretty much the same thing, and you can't approve this. The idea and the rumor that's going around of why a futures ETF is approved and why a spot ETF is not is the fact that a futures, you're not holding the actual asset. You're basically making bets on the asset, right? And a spot ETF, the fund actually has to hold the underlying asset. So they actually have to hold Bitcoin, right? And you're actually trading technically Bitcoin. The reason why the rumor is that the SEC doesn't want that is because they're anti-crypto. For a futures, it doesn't help the underlying asset market grow. It doesn't help Bitcoin grow if you have a futures ETF. But a spot ETF will help the space grow. It'll help bring more adoption to the crypto space. And I don't mean it'll help Bitcoin grow, but crypto in general. Your grandmas and your grandpas that go down to JP Morgan and go, I want to hold some of this Bitcoin thing. It's that simple. Their financial advisor goes, okay, cool, and buys some Bitcoin for them on this ETF, keeps them safe, etc., etc. Futures are not like that. So what the rumor is and the idea is that the SEC is really against these spot ETFs because they don't want crypto adoption. They're losing their control. So that's the idea. That's what I've been hearing. That's what I've been reading about. It's kind of where my head's at too. So we'll see what happens. To date, the SEC has denied all spot crypto ETF offerings in the U.S., though many applications are currently being reviewed within the next several days, including those BlackRock, ARK Invest, Bitwise, Asset Management, VanEck, WisdomTree, Invesco, and Galaxy Digital, Fidelity, and Valkyrie. Woo! Wow. This could go ham. The commission has the means to keep delaying a decision or otherwise pushing the final deadline for approval on the majority of the aforementioned applications until March of 2024. You assholes, just do your job. Let's go. At the time of publication, the SEC has not publicly commented on the appeals court decision, but reportedly said it would be reviewing the case to determine its next steps. The commission will likely have the opportunity to appeal the decision, but many experts have claimed that the internal Grayscale victory could pave the way for eventual approval. Despite the inevitable SEC appeal, to our mind, there is no doubt now spot Bitcoin ETFs are coming to the US, said Tim Bevan, CEO of ETC Group. We don't believe the SEC will act as kingmaker, and the most likely outcome is a block approval of applications that meet requirements. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, guys. Probably in Q1 of 2024. Come on. Which is lame. I mean, we all want it sooner than later, right? And the thing that kills me about this, they know they're going to approve it. They know it's going to happen. So why push it back? I mean, yes, I'm being impatient, but you understand. We have been talking about spot ETFs since 2017, 2018, guys. I shit you not. Why are we still doing this? It's 2023. It's been damn near 10 years. Let's go. Anyway. Lowly CEO and co-founder Alex Alderman said the appeals court ruling would put a new pressure on the SEC in its justification of rejecting spot Bitcoin ETF applications. He added the Bitcoin price rally following the news could be interpreted as a vote of confidence for spot investment vehicles linked to Bitcoin. Of course, we're all waiting for this to happen. Now is the time for the US to embrace innovation by making a Bitcoin available to investors through exchange-based products or risk falling behind global powers that are moving faster to claim this advantage. Absolutely. A spokesperson for the Crypto Council for Innovation, CCI, told Cointelegraph the ruling opened the door to a wider range of investors looking to offer a spot BTC vehicle in the United States. According to the CCI, spot Bitcoin ETFs are now closer to a potential launch. Next steps for either Grayscale, the next steps for either Grayscale moving forward with its application or the SEC appealing the decision are unclear. Unfortunately, the asset manager could refile with the SEC, aiming to make the spot investment vehicle application more like that of a Bitcoin futures linked ETF. Experts are reporting the SEC also has the option of filing for an en banc hearing in which all judges on the DC circuit, rather than the 3 which ruled in the Grayscale appeal, would hear the matter. So more people that possibly get paid off. Got it. Sweet. Let's just muddy those waters right up. All right, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Comments down below. Is this bullish? Is it bearish? Do you even give a shit? Bitcoin. One last time. Gotta hold the line. 27.3. Keep your eye on it. Outside of that, please, if you want up-to-date stuff, if things are breaking and I can't get to making a video for them, and you don't want to wait till the next following morning, go add me, follow us. It's on Boring Crypto IO on X or Twitter at Boring Crypto IO. That's it. It's that simple. But per usual, guys, if you do enjoy the content I provide for you here every morning on Boring Crypto IO, please by all means subscribe to that channel. Turn on the bell for notifications so you know when I do post videos. Please watch the videos, like the videos, and share them on all your social platforms. And I'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning. I'm out of here.